think, health is such a big determinant of anybody with talent, right? Kris just hasn't been right since he's been here for a couple, for a couple different injuries. But, where he is age-wise, and I still think there's a high degree of pride, Troy, and motivation to make this right and to get on the field and play. I don't think you lose that where he is in his career. And that's just, our private conversations,
right.
what he and I have talked about. This guy has done a lot in the major leagues. He's still, physically capable of being a producer. Time will tell. We'll see. But I don't, to that initial couple sentences, we're not there by any stretch.
Speaking of Bryant, do you think that making that jump, like you said, the Royals last year, Commanders in the NFL, and even the Broncos, as Jack Corrigan mentioned earlier, does that require Bryant to be a critical part of that lineup?
It's I don't know whether it's critical, but it's a big piece if it's there. It's a big piece because he's like I said, you look at his career averages, right? And granted, the last couple of years he hasn't hit those numbers. 380 on base, 280 average, slugging over 500. That was, prior to our signing. So can he get back to that? I think so. We'll see. But, we need him to play because I think like I mentioned, he's committed to get this right. And that's, that's my thought there. But, we'll see how some of these younger talented players do this year, right? Benny Montgomery was a guy that we were hoping last year would start at Double-A. Unfortunately, missed most of the year when he separated his shoulder. But he's a guy, along with Fernandez and Bean, Goodman, Romo, these fellas are, they have talent. They have talent. Now, can one of those guys pop? Maybe. Can a couple of them pop? That'd be great. That's what we need to have. And we need the other guys to do well too. We need the consistency of the group to play well. We don't need of the 13 position players and the core guys who are going to, who we project to play a lot. Tolia, Strada, Tovar, Mack, Doyle, potentially Jones, Bryant. That's 7 or 8 guys. You need those guys to do well. They got to play and they got to perform. Can it happen? No doubt about it. That's when teams have good years, when guys play well, and it's possible. And we got to stay healthy on the mound. But the thing about the mound is that we have a little bit more depth now. That when we lose a starter, I think we have a better starter coming up from AAA than what we've had the last couple seasons.